Back in the office of Peabody Mayor Mark Bettencourt. Sorry, you're not the coach. Peabody Mayor Ted Bettencourt. I beg your pardon. We're just talking football. You were at the game Friday night.
Yes.
All right, tough game. Beverly winning that one. We'll talk about that more in sports. But Mr. Mayor, last time I was here, you had the International Festival coming up,
yes.
And a big to do. How did it turn out?
Oh, it was terrific, and that is our signature event as a city. We shut down Peabody Square. We had about 120 vendors this year, which was the most we've ever had. Mm-hmm. And it's really our opportunity to celebrate our diversity, celebrate our history, and all the important ethnicities that have meant so much to our city. And it was a terrific day. The weather was outstanding. It was probably the best we've had in several years. It was beautiful out. Tens of thousands. It's always difficult to figure, but we estimate somewhere around 50 to 60,000 people came that day.
Yep. Is that right?
Yep. All the vendors sold their food out. They made a tremendous amount of money. Just good feelings all around. People were excited. We did move the International Festival over a little bit more onto Main Street, and I think that worked very well. So, terrific day, and we were able to show off Peabody, which is wonderful.
You had a good turnout at the football game, too, on Friday night.
That
was packed.
Yes, we did.
Daryl was telling me that everything sold out there, too, so that's pretty cool. All right. One thing that when I left here a couple of weeks ago, you talked about the restructuring of the square and Main Street and so on. You got that monument out there, and I can't visualize that. Can you give me a little more about what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's a project we're very excited about, and we're going to be moving forward with that in the spring, as soon as the weather allows. Hopefully it's a nice, easy winter. I don't know if that might be too much to ask for. But we've still been having some issues with our downtown in terms of traffic, certainly. But also in terms of pedestrian safety and vehicle safety and just making it easier for people to navigate. So what we're going to do is we got a MassWorks grant from the state as well as some additional money we're putting in, and we're going to be doing a reconfiguration of Peabody Square. Mm-hmm. We're going to be moving our monument, which right now is pretty much smack dab in the middle of the square. We're going to be moving that over in front of the courthouse, creating an open plaza area in front of our courthouse. That'll be a nice meeting place, people to gather, have some events there. But by doing that, we're going to open up Peabody Square, and we think it will be better for traffic to maneuver, make it more of a four-way intersection. Mm-hmm. And we think it will be easier for people to travel, easier for people to walk, and then and we think it's a good project for us. But we're going to be doing all the corners over again, making a space available for outdoor seating, for restaurants and eateries.
Oh, cool.
Yep, and also we're going to be linking the lights that right now operate independently. We're going to be connecting to Walnut Street, Central Street and Walnut Street, the corner there. We'll be linking those lights to the lights on Main Street. And we think that's been some of the issues, some of the source of some of the issues we've been having. So we feel very good about the project.
Does this tie into, I know there was a problem with flooding in recent history. Does this tie into that as well, or is that pretty much taken care of?
There'll be some small pieces that we're going to be doing for flood mitigation. I will say the flooding issues that we have in the past have been much improved. Mm-hmm. We've done a great deal of work over the last 3 years, including building a flood retention pond at a kind of a key area where the water flows down to Peabody Square. We still have trouble, if all the sources come together, high tide, we have intense rain, all of that. We still could run into some trouble, but we're doing much better as a city. There's been much improvement. We've undergone a major cleaning out of our culverts and storm drains over the last couple of years. That has worked tremendously. We've been pulling out TVs and couches and tires and just regular vegetation and things, and it's had a tremendous effect of letting the water flow quickly out. So this very small piece is involved in flood mitigation. This is primarily to make the downtown more attractive, make it better for pedestrian safety and vehicle safety and for parking.
Mm-hmm. I want to change our agenda a little bit. We're going to talk about Peabody 100, but I'd like to save that for a little bit later because that is coming up. And there is what's the website? It is, you can Google Peabody 100.
Yeah, it's peabody100.com.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And no, I was just wondering, I haven't gotten a chance to go talk to Mayor Driscoll over in Salem, but this is a crazy time of year.
Yes.
In your neighboring town. The fall coming up, what are some of the things that are traditional with fall in Peabody that are either celebratory or things you just might have to think about or whatever? Anything like that coming up?
Sure. The big, during the fall, our big source of pride for the community really is Brooksby Farm. We have a number of events over at Brooksby Farm. hay rides and apple picking and all of that, which is great fun for families. Just brought my family up there recently. We had a wonderful time. But we do some events on Main Street. We have our Nightmare on Main Street celebration. Okay. Yep. And we do trick-or-treating down Main Street, all the different stores, and we have all kinds of vendors and food and cider and all of that. So that's a great event that's coming up. October 22nd, I believe, is that night. And that's a real fun event. We have costume parties and things of that nature, too. Right. So those are a couple of the events we have coming up.
Thank you, sir. This is Mayor Ted Bettencourt in Peabody with MSONewsports.com. I'm Rick Moore.